My beloved child, listen to the stirring of my heart as I call out to you with deep tenderness and enduring devotion, for you are precious in my sight, and I am delighted that you have drawn near to hear my voice today. I am here, closer than your every breath, surrounding you with my everlasting presence, and I desire that you remember you are not alone, not for a single moment. Do not be troubled by the doubts that try to overshadow your mind, for my love is constant, and I will uphold you with my gentle hand. Look toward the brightness that I have prepared, and remain steady in your hope, for I am your loving guide toward all good things. My dear one, take heart and trust in the certainty that my eyes are always watching over you, carefully attending to every detail of your life, and unfolding each moment according to my perfect plan. Even in the deepest valleys, I am your light, and in the fiercest storms, I am your shelter, for my power knows no limits, and my kindness stretches beyond human comprehension. When you feel weary or disheartened, look to me, for I will breathe new life into your soul and lift you above the waves of uncertainty. Expect with confidence the wonders I will show you, for I am faithful, and my promise stands firm forever. My cherished child, come willingly and rest in the comfort of my arms, for I long to bring you peace and refresh your spirit with my healing touch. In every moment I remain your friend and your provider, guiding your path and holding your future in my loving hands. Know that I have seen your tears and felt your hurts, and I am committed to restoring what has been lost, strengthening your faith in the process. Receive my words with joy and embrace the hope I offer, for I assure you that brighter days are ahead and a divine purpose awaits you. Hold on to this promise, for it points you toward a new dawn of possibility and grace. I rejoice over you always. I have shaped you with great care, forming you with precision and intent, for you bear my image, and that truth makes you of infinite worth. I call you a treasure, and I delight in the way your heart beats with a unique rhythm, reflecting a beauty that is irreplaceable in the tapestry of creation. There is a holy purpose inscribed upon your life, and I rejoice each time you draw near to me, for it is in our closeness that your eternal design finds expression. Do not question your significance, because I have called you by name, cherishing you as a precious stone, radiant with promise. I have blessed you with distinct talents, gifts that spring from my own creative essence, and I yearn for you to recognize the brilliance of what I have deposited within you. Like an artist carefully painting a masterpiece, I have infused your personality with qualities that reflect my goodness, so that the world may sense my presence when you love, speak, and act with compassion. Do not hide your light. Let it shine brightly so that others may see the wonders of my glory manifested through your life. Allow your soul to dance in the freedom of your identity, for your inestimable worth is both a privilege and a divine mission. I am proud of your efforts, even when you believe they go unseen or unappreciated by those around you, for I witness every kind deed, every heartfelt prayer, and every quiet sacrifice. When you stand firm in truth, my heart swells with joy, and when you show mercy to the weary, my compassion is magnified through you. Continue to let your spirit respond to my gentle nudges, trusting that each act of love and faith is a seed planted in fertile soil, destined to bloom in due time. Celebrate the beauty of who you are, for I crafted you with intention, and I see great purpose in your every breath. You are my delight, and I bless you with grace. I know the weary nights that weigh upon your soul, the moments when sorrow wraps itself around your thoughts, and you wonder if light will ever pierce the darkness again. I understand the tears you shed behind closed doors, when no one else can hear the trembling of your heart, and I feel every ripple of your loneliness like a tender ache deep within my own being. You may think that I am distant, or that I do not see your struggles, but I assure you, my beloved, that I never turn away from your pains or dismiss the silent cries of your soul. I am here, and my knowledge of your hurt is complete. Sometimes the weight of your responsibilities and the uncertainty of tomorrow keep you awake, and you toss restlessly, worried about the future of your family, your finances, your health, or your relationships. I am aware that these burdens can feel like giants looming over your hope, attempting to rob you of peace and joy. But remember, I am the one who carries the whole universe, and your trials are not invisible to me. I remain close enough to hear your faintest sigh, and I hold every tear as a precious testament of your earnest longing for relief. Trust me in the midst of your vulnerability, for I cherish you when you are weak. I understand your frustration when promises are delayed or outcomes are not what you expect, and I see how discouragement can creep into your heart, casting doubts upon my faithfulness. You may question if my timing is truly the best, or if my plan is somehow out of reach, but my dear child, know that I am never late and never absent. There is a wisdom behind my every move, and a divine orchestration that weaves goodness even in hidden places. Rest easy in the reality that I comprehend the complexities of your struggles, for I hold the blueprint of your life with utmost care and affection. My understanding is your comfort. I feel the tension in your spirit when the days grow dark and you grapple with the thought that perhaps your efforts are in vain. I see you pushing forward, trying to overcome obstacles that rise like mountains, only to find that your strength feels drained and your heart is heavy with disillusionment. Know that you do not strive alone, for I stand beside you as your constant companion, whispering hope into your ear, even when despair tries to drown my voice. Do not lose sight of my compassion, for I listen intently to every subtle cry of your soul. I also recognize the moments when you feel overlooked or underappreciated, and the silence of those around you seems to amplify the heaviness of your burdens. When you feel isolated, remember that I celebrate each success and share in every sorrow, weaving my love into the very fabric of your existence. In these times, lift up your eyes to me, and let my presence calm the waters of your anxiety, giving you the assurance that my watchful care never ceases. In my arms, you will find a place of refuge, a shelter that no storm can destroy. You may wonder why certain dreams remain unfulfilled, or why certain journeys require detours that test your patience and your faith. My child, hear me. My ways are higher than your ways, and my timing surpasses your human understanding. Even when the path winds unexpectedly, it is guided by my merciful hand, and I promise that each curve has a divine purpose. Remember, I am the one who makes water flow in the desert and streams surge in the wasteland, so do not despair. I am forming something new and beautiful out of every challenge you face. I am your comfort in the struggle. I protect you like a mother. Hen gathers her chicks under her wings, shielding them from the harsh winds and the searing heat of day, for my care envelops you constantly, building a wall around your mind, heart, and body. I am your shield, an invincible fortress that evil cannot penetrate, and when fears attempt to corrode your courage, I stand guard, reminding you that darkness cannot withstand the brilliance of my light. Cling to the certainty that my watch over you never tires, and my authority extends over every corner of creation. I keep vigilant over your path so that no arrow can strike you unseen, and I place my angels in your midst to protect you from hidden dangers. When you feel vulnerable, call upon me, for I have promised to defend and uphold you as my own dear child, carefully guiding your steps away from pitfalls. You need not shrink before life's adversities, because my strength is your support, and my immeasurable love is your assurance that even the strongest storms must bow to my name. Take refuge in this knowledge, for my might is your safe haven. Though adversities may seem overwhelming, I have already planned a path of victory for you, for I am the Lord who never fails, the shepherd who leads his sheep to green pastures. I will fight for you, carrying you through the waves of confusion and stress, ensuring that you are not swept away by life's raging currents. Do not fear the size of the giants in your life. Instead, remember the size of your God. Place your confidence in me, for I am steadfast, and my promise stands eternal. Harbor in my fortress, and watch as I vanquish the doubts that assail you. I am your unyielding defense. I am your refuge in every storm, the rock that cannot be shaken, even when the winds of adversity howl. When you experience the fierce gusts of trials and the pounding waves of discouragement, do not forget that I remain your steadfast anchor. I never allow the tides of hardship to overwhelm you completely, for I hold you secure within the safety of my love. Recognize that I am weaving a stronger foundation beneath you, even as the world around you feels unstable. Your sorrows and your difficulties do not escape my attention, and I have promised to be your hiding place. When all seems chaotic, hide yourself in my arms, for no calamity can pierce the covering of my grace. If you feel the edges of your courage beginning to fray, call out, and I will renew your strength, filling you with a courage that surpasses every fear. Think of how the eagle soars above the storm, harnessing its power to gain altitude. In the same way, you too will rise, borne by my presence to places of hope and restoration. Even in the fiercest storms, my love doesn't just protect, it also refreshes. In the midst of your battles, I infuse you with a holy resilience, giving you the capacity to endure beyond your natural means. Remember that no crisis is eternal, for eventually every storm passes, and the light of morning breaks open with renewed clarity. Hold tight to this promise. You are sheltered in my presence, and though the night may be long, my fidelity outlasts any darkness. Embrace the possibility of calm that awaits you, for I have declared over you a future filled with my peace. I preserve you in the storm. My help is never far, and I delight in lifting burdens that weigh on your heart. Even before you utter a prayer, I have already scanned your horizon, preparing solutions and unleashing resources you have yet to see. When you call upon me, I answer you from my throne of mercy, dispatching my aid swiftly, for I take pleasure in showing compassion to my children. Trust that my arms are not short, and my sovereign power is not diminished by the magnitude of your circumstances. I see the closed doors, the rejections, and the disappointments that discourage you, and I am actively opening new pathways where none existed. I am the God who makes a way in the wilderness and streams in the desert, so refuse to let despair win your heart. My provision surpasses your imagination, and my plans are more vast than your best-laid schemes. Linger in the assurance that I move on your behalf, orchestrating events and connecting you with opportunities that will fulfill the design I have for your life. Even when the path is hidden from your immediate view, I am at work behind the scenes, arranging every detail in perfect harmony with my will. If you feel powerless or uncertain, look up and remember that my authority holds the entire cosmos in balance. Your challenges are minuscule compared to my infinite power, and if you trust me, you will witness the floodgates of my miracles open wide. Yes, the answer may seem delayed, but I assure you, it is never denied. Stay patient, child of my heart, for I am setting a table of blessing where once there was only wilderness. I am your ever-present help. Right now, I am opening doors you cannot yet perceive, quietly shifting circumstances in your favor. For my purpose in your life is unstoppable and sure. I understand the doubts that swirl in your mind, telling you that perhaps I have forgotten. But my memory never fails, and my commitment to you remains everlasting. My ways, though often mysterious, are never random, because I am the author of order and the master of new beginnings. Embrace this truth. Nothing can stand in the way of the goodness I have decreed for you. Just as seeds break open to produce new life beneath the soil, So are my plans for you, germinating in hidden places, soon to sprout forth with unexpected grace. You might not see the evidence right now, but the process is well underway. When the time is right, you will stand in awe of how seamlessly I have woven every detail together. Choose to rest in my sovereignty, for your waiting is not wasted when it is anchored in my promise. The harvest I have prepared is abundant, and you will rejoice when the moment of its unveiling arrives. Pay close attention to my gentle nudges, for I am whispering guidance into the depths of your heart, steering you toward the doors I have unlocked. Prayer is your means to discern my voice, so keep your heart tender and alert. My instruction often comes in quiet moments of reflection or in the tender words of another, confirming my presence in your life. Stay open and expectant, for I delight in leading you step by step into my stunning plan, giving you evidence that my guiding hand never falters. Place your hope in me and watch as I exceed your highest expectations. I stand ready to show you the way. Do not fear your enemies, for I have declared victory over all forms of oppression that seek to devour your joy. When the voice of your adversary tries to fill your mind with accusations, intimidation, or condemnation, hold on to my word, for it is a light that scatters every shadow. I am the champion who has triumphed over the powers of darkness, disarming them for your sake. So do not tremble before threats that have no real authority when weighed against my sovereign will. Remember, you are never alone, for I am always with you, encircling you in my boundless love. Instead of cowering, come to me in prayer. Lay your anxieties at my feet and let my comfort flood your spirit, for my kindness is designed to melt away your fears. By anchoring your heart in my truth, you will find the strength to stand firm, confident that no weapon formed against you can ultimately prevail. Celebrate the liberty I provide, for I have broken the shackles that once bound you to fear and hopelessness. Live in the freedom my sacrifice has secured for you, and let the awareness of my unwavering support replace every lingering worry. You are not defined by the negative voices that may swirl around you. You are my beloved child, crafted with dignity and arrayed in my righteousness. When criticism or false accusations attempt to weigh you down, cling to the identity I have bestowed upon you, a person of value, a witness of my transforming grace. Keep your eyes on me, for I am your salvation, and the world's opinions fade in comparison to my eternal truth. Let peace reign in your heart, knowing that as you remain connected to me, I defend you with a shield of divine favor. I secure your victory. Come to me now in prayer, my dear child, and pour out your heart before me like water. I yearn to hear the beating of your soul in every whispered plea and every joyful exclamation, for nothing you say is too trivial or unimportant. I listen to each prayer as though it were the only one in existence, giving my undivided attention to your fears, requests, and gratitudes. Do not hesitate to approach me freely, for I have torn down every barrier that would separate you from my presence. Don't labor under the misconception that your prayers must be elaborate or perfectly structured. What I desire is a genuine conversation with you, shaped by honesty and vulnerability. If you are sorrowful, weep in my presence, for I understand. If you are angry or confused, do not conceal it, for I can bear the weight of your emotions. My arms are always open, no matter what condition you find your heart in, and my spirit draws near to fill your emptiness with my boundless love. Linger in my presence and watch as my grace gently realigns your thoughts, giving you clarity for life's complexities. As you lift your concerns to me, also declare your trust, for prayer is not merely about listing requests, but also about communing with your Creator. Recognize that as you speak with me, I strengthen the bond between us, replacing your restlessness with my divine tranquility. In my presence, burdens shift, and you find the boldness to believe again. So talk to me, beloved, and place your hopes, your longings, and your uncertainties into my caring hands. For my love is ever ready to embrace you in your sincerity. Stay anchored in faith, for I hear every whisper of your soul. I cherish your every prayer. Lean on me with your full weight, and do not withhold any fear or concern from my ears, because my shoulder is broad enough to carry your heaviest burdens. I see the strain in your face when you try to manage everything alone, and my heart cries for you to release the tension and find rest in my care. Please do not believe that you must be strong at all times, for I am the one who infuses you with might when you have none. Trust in my invitation to hand over every worry, for I take joy in lifting them off your shoulders. Let your cares and anxieties melt before my presence, like snow under the warming sun, for I am the one who sustains you from dawn to dusk. There is no burden that is too great for me, and no heartbreak that is beyond my healing. When you choose to rely on me fully, you will discover a lightness and a peace that surpasses your understanding, because my grace is sufficient, tailored to every vulnerability of your heart. Refuse to harbor your anxieties in solitude, for isolation robs you of the comfort and assurance I am always offering. When you place your trust in me, you shift your perspective from earthly limitations to my heavenly resources. You release the pressure to have all the answers, understanding that I, your God, am infinitely wise and unwaveringly compassionate. The more you surrender to me, the more your soul expands in confidence, realizing that my promises stand firm. So do not fear leaning entirely upon me. Be as a child who rests in her parents' arms, unquestioning of security. And as you do, you will find that your heart is emboldened by my presence, prepared to face every challenge with unwavering hope. I sustain your soul. My plan for you is one of abundant blessings, for I have laid a path of hope and prosperity that aligns with my loving intentions. You may find it difficult to picture a future painted with bright colors when your present moment seems overshadowed by gray clouds, yet believe that I am the master artist. I flourish in bringing beauty from ashes, so do not limit my ability to transform your circumstances. Hold steadfast to the vision of better days, for my word declares that I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future. In times when your tomorrow feels uncertain, call to mind the wonders I have already performed in your life, for I never fail to leave traces of my goodness where you have walked. The testimonies of the past are precious reminders that I am consistent and unchanging. Let these memories activate your faith, stirring within you a trust that my love endures and my guidance is sure. Even if you cannot yet see how the pieces fit together, rest in the knowledge that my vantage point sees all, orchestrating your steps toward the fullness of my design. Set your gaze on the horizon, because I am constantly moving you forward. Each day is an opportunity to witness my grace anew, to taste the sweetness of my promises. I will not let you remain stagnant or trapped in cycles of despair. Rather, I will energize your spirit with fresh dreams and convictions. Lift your voice in gratitude as though you have already obtained what you seek, for faith is the substance of hope, and hope does not disappoint when anchored in me. Let anticipation flourish within you, for I assure you that no plan formed against you will prevail. I ordain blessings for your future. I have prepared a future brimming with blessings that surpass your highest expectations. Though the journey may include seasons of waiting, each step is intentionally crafted to draw you nearer to the fullness of my promises. Understand that delays do not equal denials. They are moments for your roots to grow deeper into my love, securing your foundation so that when the harvest arrives, it is enjoyed in its perfect season. Let patience not be your enemy, but your ally, as it stretches your trust in my timing. While you anticipate breakthrough, Allow your faith to remain active and alive, resisting the temptation to sink into passivity. Remember that faith without works is dead, so lean into my direction with hopeful action. Step out where I prompt, whether it is reaching out to someone in love, investing time in prayer, or diligently preparing for new opportunities. Every effort you make in my name reaps the reward of my oversight, for I multiply even the smallest offering when it is surrendered to me. Hold in your heart the assurance that I will not withhold any good gift from you. My desire is for you to thrive and bear fruit that glorifies my name. Even if you can't see the blossoms right now, trust that within the soil of your life, seeds of greatness are quietly germinating. Cling to the vow that I began a good work in you, and I am faithful to complete it. So stand firm, dear child, and nurture your faith each day, for the fullness of my plan will burst forth in beauty and wholeness, testifying to my faithfulness. I delight in your flourishing. Do not despise the trials you face, for they refine and shape the gold within your character. Even the most challenging seasons can become stepping stones toward a higher purpose if you allow me to lead you through them. In adversity, your faith is tested, and your dependence on me becomes deeper, illuminating how my grace is sufficient in weakness. Embrace the lessons hidden within your struggles, and you will emerge with greater resilience and a more profound understanding of my love. Take heart in knowing that you do not wander aimlessly through hardships. My fingerprints are on every chapter of your story, turning even missteps into opportunities for growth when you surrender them to me. Remind yourself that a diamond only forms under extreme pressure, and likewise, your spirit is being fashioned into a radiant testimony of my transforming power. My spirit is actively at work in you, shaping your responses, molding your perspectives, and training your heart to remain soft and trusting under all circumstances. Though pain is real and sorrow is heavy, recognize that I walk through the fire with you like a fourth man in the flames, ensuring you are not consumed. I do not promise a life free from challenges, but I do guarantee my presence in the midst of them. Hold on to that unshakable truth. I have the ability to create beauty from the most barren places and joy from the hardest seasons. Let this knowledge elevate your spirit, believing wholeheartedly that after the storm, a fresh dawn of renewal and blessings awaits. I transform your trials into triumph. Forgive easily and quickly, for harboring grudges only weighs down your heart, preventing you from experiencing the freedom I offer. I know sometimes the wounds run deep, caused by those who should have cherished you, but do not let resentment take root. Release the bitterness into my hands, trusting me to bring justice and healing in my perfect time. Remember, forgiveness is not for the benefit of those who hurt you. It's a gift you give yourself, allowing my love to flow unimpeded in your life. Embrace the healing process with honesty, acknowledging the pain, but not giving it perpetual control over your emotions. Cry if you must, and let the tears cleanse your wounds, but do not linger in self-pity. Instead, call upon my strength to lift you and remind you that my love is the remedy for every heartbreak. With every act of forgiveness, you free your heart from the chains of anger, making room for my joy and peace to govern your thoughts and decisions. Keep in mind that the measure of grace you extend to others is often the measure of grace you experience yourself. Cling to my example of boundless compassion. I forgave you long before you asked, extending mercy that was undeserved. So let your forgiveness shine as a testimony of my presence in your life, showing the world the magnitude of my grace. As you do, you will discover a lightness in your spirit, a renewal in your relationships, and a deeper appreciation for the healing power of my love. I release you into freedom through forgiveness. Be bold in your prayers, my child, for I do not desire timid requests that shrink before the magnitude of your dreams. I am the great I am, and my resources are without limit or boundary. Ask of me, and be assured that I hear you, cherishing every longing of your heart. Know that I delight in your willingness to approach my throne with confidence, trusting in my capability to supply all your needs according to my riches in glory. When you pray, do not be like those who recite empty words without conviction. Rather, speak to me as you would to a loving Father, with genuine passion and unwavering belief that what you seek in my will, you shall receive. Open your spirit to my prompting, for prayer is a two-way conversation. I not only listen to you, but I also impart wisdom, guiding your steps toward the path I have designed. Remain attentive, for I may answer in ways you least expect. Anchor every prayer in the assurance that my word never returns void. Declare my promises over your life, and then watch for my hand to manifest in surprising ways. Cultivate an attitude of gratitude as you wait, for grateful hearts attract my favor. Refuse to let doubt infiltrate your mind, for a wavering spirit hinders the flow of my blessings. Instead, let your prayers resound like triumphant declarations, trusting that I am your provider, your healer, and your refuge. Be bold, for nothing is beyond my reach. I reward your confident faith. Cultivate joy in your spirit, because joy fuels your faith and banishes the shadows that attempt to cloak your hope. Joy is not a fleeting emotion reserved for perfect days. It's a deep and abiding gladness born from the knowledge that I am for you, never against you. Lean into this truth when storms arise, reminding yourself that your trials are temporary, but my victory is everlasting. Even in valleys, you can experience the fountain of my joy springing up within you. Don't confuse joy with mere happiness. Happiness can wane when external factors shift, but joy is an internal light that glows despite your circumstances. This joy thrives on my word, which is alive and powerful, constantly reaffirming my unconditional love. Take time each day to dwell on my promises, letting them saturate your thoughts and saturate your emotions. In my presence, there is fullness of joy, and this joy becomes your strength to face uncertainties with unwavering confidence. When the enemy of your soul tries to sow seeds of despair, respond by magnifying my goodness through worship and praise. Let the melody of gratefulness drown out the noise of worry. Speak my name over your darkest nights, for my name carries transformative power. Declare that I am your restorer, your provider, your everlasting light, and watch how gloom retreats in the face of such pronouncements. I, the Lord of all creation, delight in your joy, and I stand ready to replenish it whenever weariness sets in. Let joy define your journey, and watch how my grace abounds in every season. I fill you with steadfast joy. Prepare yourself for a new season of growth, for I am calling you to step beyond your comfort zone and into greater depths of faith. Sometimes the elevation I have planned requires you to leave behind familiar surroundings or relinquish outdated habits that no longer serve my purpose. Although letting go can be unsettling, know that I never guide you to abandon anything unless I intend to replace it with something far superior. Trust in my nudge to explore new possibilities, for my wisdom is infinite. As you step forward, remember that growth often involves pruning, a careful cutting away of what inhibits true flourishing. Fear, not the process, for though it may sting initially, it ensures you produce fruit that glorifies my name. Embrace the journey with open hands, no longer clinging to the old. Surrender your need to control outcomes, and let me weave the tapestry of your future with threads of my sovereignty. In place of your old limitations, I will instill new confidence, forging a spirit of courage within you. Stand firm on the promise that every transition you endure is orchestrated by me for your ultimate good. Refuse to be paralyzed by the fear of uncertainty, because I have already walked ahead, preparing the path that leads to your destiny. Rejoice in the fact that I am both your guide and your guard, protecting your steps from harm and steering you toward fresh landscapes of blessing. Yes, growth demands your cooperation, but my grace covers every misstep. So rise, dear one, and follow my leading into the fields of new beginnings. I cultivate continuous transformation in you. Cling to me in times of isolation, when it feels as though the world has turned a cold shoulder and your soul yearns for a warm voice. I am not a distant figure who merely observes from above. I walk by your side, overshadowing your loneliness with the comfort of my presence. In me, you discover a friend who understands you more deeply than you understand yourself. When you feel invisible, remember that you are always in my line of sight, forever held in my loving gaze. In seasons where human companionship falters, my arms remain open, ever ready to hold you close. Release the ache of solitude into my hands and let me fill the quiet spaces of your heart. I provide solace that no earthly relationship can replicate, because my intimacy pierces the core of your being. If you feel unworthy of such attention, realize that my affection for you is not based on your perfection, but on my unchanging character. I chose you and claimed you as my own long before you took your first breath. Allow my love to drive away every trace of shame or self-doubt. Let every moment spent in quiet reflection become a time of communion, a conversation of hearts where my reassurance is poured out like oil upon your wounded spirit. I will show you that within your emptiness, my fullness abounds. Though friends may abandon, my devotion endures. I am your constant companion, the anchor that never slips. Let the knowledge of my unwavering commitment be the balm that soothes your fears, ensuring you that you are never truly alone. I encircle you with my nearness. My word is a lamp to your feet and a light to your path, guiding you through the labyrinth of life's decisions and dilemmas. Immerse yourself in my scriptures, for they contain the blueprint of my wisdom, revealing how you can navigate challenges with clarity. When your mind spins with confusion, my word provides a stable reference point, anchoring you to eternal truths that stand firm in every season. Let it penetrate your heart, saturating your thoughts and aligning your desires with my holy will. Beware of neglecting the nourishment my word provides. Your soul thrives when it feeds on heavenly manna, and it withers when starved of spiritual sustenance. Revisit my promises, highlight them, recite them, and sing them over your worries. This is how you build an arsenal of faith to fend off the arrows of doubt. My word is not just ink on paper. It is living, active, and sharper than any two-edged sword, cutting away falsehood and igniting your spirit with new life. Allow my truths to shape your worldview, rewriting any lies you've believed about yourself or your future. Each promise in my word is yes and amen, brimming with potential waiting to be activated through your faith. Surrender your reasoning to my infinite perspective, acknowledging that I see far beyond the present moment. With my guidance, you will step confidently onto paths lined with my favor and purpose. Read, meditate, and treasure my teachings, for they hold the keys to unlock wisdom, peace, and an unshakable hope for tomorrow. I illumine your journey with my word. Take care to rest in my presence, for many wear themselves out in ceaseless striving, forgetting the gift of stillness I provide. The world sometimes equates non-stop activity with worth, but I remind you that your identity is not in what you do, but in who you are to me, my beloved. Resist the urge to prove yourself through endless tasks and prioritize time at my feet, where my spirit replenishes what life's demands have depleted. I created you with the capacity for both productivity and rest. Neglecting one leads to imbalance. Accept my invitation to find solitude, to quiet the external noise, and to reflect on my unwavering love. In that sacred space, burdens become lighter, and your soul is renewed like an eagle preparing for fresh flight. Let the hush of a silent moment remind you that I am with you, not in the drama of incessant hustle, but in the gentle whisper that revitalizes your spirit. When you keep your eyes on me, the chaos of the world diminishes, and clarity emerges. In rest, you realign with my design, acknowledging that I am the ultimate source of strength. Even the mightiest need intervals of peace. Look to Jesus, who often withdrew to lonely places to pray, finding solitude to commune with me. By following his example, you tap into a wellspring of divine vitality that will carry you through challenges with ease. So, come away, beloved one, and let my arms cradle you in restful assurance. For my love provides the shelter your weary heart craves. I restore your soul through stillness. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small it may seem, because every step forward is a triumph in the light of my grace. I see your efforts when you choose kindness over anger, when you respond with patience instead of frustration, and when you extend a helping hand despite your own struggles. Each act of love echoes my heart, reflecting the transformation occurring within you. Acknowledge these victories and give thanks, for they are proof of my spirit at work in your life. Reject the lie that you must reach perfection before you can rejoice. Perfection is not the prerequisite for my delight in you. Sincerity is. I do not measure your worth by your accomplishments, but by the posture of your heart. When you stumble, I do not withdraw my love. Instead, I offer my hand to lift you again. Let each mistake be a teacher, and each success a reminder of my unwavering support. Rejoicing in small wins keeps your heart fresh, encouraging you to persevere. You are a work in progress, and that is a beautiful truth. My plan unfolds in stages, each one building upon the last. Be content with the pace I have set, for my timing is designed to ensure your lasting growth. Praise me for the incremental transformations, the lessons learned, and the burdens released. Every day, I refine you a bit more, shaping you to shine brighter in a world that craves my light. Rest in this steady progression, and let hope thrive in the knowledge that I perfect the good work I have begun. I celebrate each step you take. Do not let comparison steal your peace, for you were never meant to imitate someone else's calling or journey. I have unique tasks and experiences set aside for you, shaped precisely to match the gifts and opportunities I have placed in your care. Cling to this individuality as a precious treasure, understanding that I do not replicate destinies. Instead, I write distinct stories for each of my children, showcasing my limitless creativity. Comparisons can breed jealousy and dissatisfaction, blinding you to the blessings already present in your life. Refocus on gratitude, naming the ways in which I have shown you favor and guided you through challenges. Every breath, every milestone is a testament to my faithfulness, worthy of praise. Strengthen your heart by counting your blessings, rather than fixating on what you perceive others possess. In this discipline of gratitude, you discover freedom from the chains of envy. Remember, your identity is found in me. Seek my approval and my guidance above all else. If you desire clarity, ask for wisdom, and I will not withhold it. Rejoice in the achievements of your brothers and sisters, encouraging one another in love, for this unity delights my heart. Do not let the success of someone else's path make you doubt your own. I have orchestrated a plan specifically for you, and no one else can fulfill it. Embrace my calling with confidence, and watch how my grace equips you to flourish. I rejoice in your unique path. Be mindful of the words that you speak, for your tongue holds the power of life and death. Choose to sow seeds of blessing, kindness, and encouragement, aligning your speech with my heart. Harsh words cause wounds that often linger, and negative self-talk can poison the well of your soul. Let your mouth become a vessel of grace, building up rather than tearing down, so that your environment reflects the warmth of my love. Every utterance has an echo in the realm of the Spirit, carrying the potential to enlighten or darken the atmosphere. Ask me to guide your words, especially in tense situations. My Spirit will supply you with the wisdom to diffuse conflict with gentleness and to stand for truth without compromising compassion. Embrace the discipline of speaking slowly and listening carefully, for in your patience you reflect my own understanding nature. Recognize that the words you speak to yourself also shape your perspective. Speak life-giving truths to your own heart, reminding yourself that you are loved, purposed, and redeemed. You are my masterpiece, and your worth does not depend on external validation. So, proclaim my promises daily, saturating your mind with hope and banishing despair. The more you practice speaking in alignment with my word, the more your life becomes a testimony to my goodness, impacting both yourself and those around you. I bless your words with grace. Open your heart to the Holy Spirit, who is actively working to comfort, counsel, and empower you for the assignments I have prepared. When you welcome my Spirit, you welcome the fullness of my divine presence into every aspect of your life. Surrender your personal agendas, allowing my Spirit to shape your decisions, motivations, and passions. As you yield, you will find a supernatural capacity to love deeper, forgive faster, and believe stronger. Listen for my still small voice, for often I speak in gentle whispers rather than thunderous announcements. I may place an impression on your heart, highlight a verse, or quicken your conscience in a moment of decision. My Spirit is constantly guiding you toward life-giving paths, steering you away from pitfalls and illusions. Tune your ear to discern my guidance, understanding that consistent fellowship with me hones your ability to hear clearly. Expect to see the power of my Spirit manifest in remarkable ways. Just as in the days of old, I am able to heal the brokenhearted, bring deliverance to those in bondage, and restore sight to the blind. Be my vessel, willing to step out in faith and trust that I will work through you for my glory. Do not fear failure, simply be obedient to the nudges of my Spirit and watch as I unleash miracles that testify to my unfailing compassion. I indwell you with my Spirit. Hear my gentle command to be still and know that I am God. In the frantic pace of your daily life, it's easy to forget that I hold authority over every event, every season, every breath you take. Let the knowledge of my sovereignty quiet your racing mind and calm your anxious heart. I am not absent, I am intricately involved, weaving every circumstance into my grand design. Practice the discipline of stillness, even if it's for moments at a time, where you pause to breathe, reflect on my character, and remember that my might surpasses all else. This act of rest in my presence realigns your spirit, reminding you that I carry the weight of the universe. You need not be consumed by every worry. Rather, cast your burdens onto me, for I care for you endlessly. In stillness, revelation comes. You gain clarity on decisions, find peace for internal battles, and experience my love in profound ways. Do not be afraid to unplug from the chaos, even if it means stepping away from tasks and responsibilities momentarily. Your strength is renewed when you dwell under the shadow of my wings. Trust in this sacred pause, for I will move mightily on your behalf as you yield to my infinite authority. I encourage you to rest in me. Choose compassion at every turn, allowing yourself to feel the pains and burdens of others. A tender heart is not a weak heart. It is a reflection of my own heartbeat, pulsing with empathy. Look around and see who needs a comforting word, a listening ear, or a helping hand. By actively loving others, you embody the essence of my message, demonstrating that faith without works is lifeless. Be intentional in your acts of kindness, for small gestures often carry great impact. A single word of encouragement can revive a weary soul, and a simple act of service can plant a seed of hope. Open your eyes to the needs that cross your path each day. My spirit will often stir your compassion towards specific individuals or causes, guiding you where your light is needed most. Let your compassion extend even to those who have wronged you. When you pray for your enemies and serve those who persecute you, you display the miraculous power of my grace. Such radical love transcends human logic, shining a spotlight on the transforming influence of my presence in your heart. Remember, each act of compassion you invest is a building block in the kingdom I'm establishing, and I see every sacrificial moment of love you offer. I bless your compassionate heart. When you feel like the world's demands are insurmountable and your strength is failing, remember that my grace is made perfect in your weakness. You do not stand alone against the challenges you face, for my power upholds you with a mighty hand. Lean into me when you reach the limits of your own ability, for in that place of surrender, I pour out supernatural provision that defies human logic. Breathe deeply, dear one, and let my power saturate every crevice of your weary soul. Resist the temptation to measure your worth by your performance. Your identity rests in me, not in your accomplishments or your stamina. I love you just as deeply on your most productive days as I do on your most unremarkable ones. Trust that my strength will invigorate your spirit, sharpening your focus and renewing your motivation. Let your heart remain confident, for no obstacle is too formidable when fueled by my presence. Walk forward, assured that as you do your part, I amplify your efforts beyond natural capacity. Just as a tiny seed can grow into a sprawling tree, so shall your small acts of faith yield a vast harvest. Boldly tackle the tasks at hand, knowing that my limitless resources stand behind you. This synergy between your trust and my power illuminates the path to triumph, making the impossible suddenly possible. Rest, then move with renewed vigor, for I am the wellspring of strength you seek. I uphold you with my mighty power. Lift your eyes above your immediate troubles and peer into eternity, where your ultimate victory is already sealed. Life on this earth is temporary, but the hope you have in me is everlasting. Let that eternal perspective comfort you when daily battles rage fiercely, and let it fuel your determination to stand firm. Even death itself cannot overshadow my promise of resurrection and glory. Believe that I have prepared a place for you where every sorrow is erased and every tear is wiped away. When the storm clouds gather, do not lose sight of the rainbow of my covenant. Just as I saved Noah through the flood, I will carry you through your challenges. Place your trust in my faithful track record. Throughout history, I have guided, protected, and delivered those who call upon my name. You are part of that lineage of faith, inheriting the blessings that come from walking under my protection. Rejoice, for my final word over your life is one of triumph, not defeat. Invite me into every facet of your journey, not only the hardships, but also the milestones of celebration. I am the author of the grand story, and I assure you that all ends in the beauty of redemption. Your best days are not confined to your earthly experience. There is more to come beyond what your senses can currently perceive. Let your anticipation blossom, nurturing a fearless outlook that draws strength from heaven's promise. Remember, my dear one, that in my kingdom, hope never ends. I strengthen your vision with eternity. You may encounter doubt that makes you question whether I truly hear you or if my promises remain relevant. In those moments, recall how I fed Elijah with ravens, guided Moses through the Red Sea, and parted the Jordan for Joshua. I remain the same God today, with unstoppable power and fathomless compassion. Permit these historical testimonies to remind you that I love to show my faithfulness in astounding ways. Never underestimate my ability to intervene at the precise moment you need it. Sometimes my rescue looks different than you expected, but it is no less miraculous. If you find yourself in a desert, I am the spring of water that appears in your thirst. If you walk through fire, I am the presence that keeps you unburned. Time and again, my deliverance confounds human reasoning, showcasing the grandeur of my sovereignty. Store these miracles in your heart as living memories of my unwavering commitment to you. Let them ignite your trust, especially when circumstances beckon you to despair. The same God who parted seas and conquered giants is the one who stands by your side today. Lift your prayers with the boldness of those who have witnessed my might, and watch as I reveal new wonders tailored to your life. Stay expectant, for my reputation as a miracle worker will continue to shine. I reveal my wonders for your good. Stretch your faith by daring to dream bigger than what your eyes can currently see. If your dreams do not challenge your comfort, they may not fully reflect the vastness of my ability. I do not call you to mediocrity, but to a life that testifies of my greatness. Let your imagination be ignited by my word, for in it you discover the limitless nature of my power. I am still in the business of turning water into wine, so never doubt that I can transform your humble beginnings into splendid outcomes. Attack, the fear that tries to box in your aspirations. When you are prompted to attempt something daring, do not talk yourself out of it. Instead, consult me in prayer and let my Holy Spirit confirm or correct your steps. I will supply you with the courage and resources necessary for every divine endeavor. Be steadfast in your resolve and watch how I remove seemingly insurmountable barriers when you proceed with faith. Your willingness to step out in boldness glorifies me and beckons my hand to move mightily on your behalf. Do not shy away from taking leaps of faith. Each leap is an opportunity for my miracle-working power to manifest. Even if you falter momentarily, my grace is sufficient to catch you and set you upright again. Aim high, knowing that I delight in surpassing your expectations. With me, the impossible dissolves into the realm of possibility. I empower your daring faith. Your obedience is the key that unlocks extraordinary blessings. When you trust my instructions, even when they defy human logic, you align yourself with my supernatural agenda. Remember Abraham, who left all he knew at my word, or Peter, who cast his net where he previously failed to catch fish. Their willingness to obey opened a floodgate of provisions and promises. I watch over those who heed my voice, making sure that my word bears fruit in their lives. Do not overthink my directives, thinking you must understand every detail before you act. My ways are often higher than your ways, and my commands can appear unconventional. Yet behind each one lies my infinite wisdom. Take that step, even if your knees tremble. I do not expect you to be devoid of all fear, only to choose faith over it. As you obey, my power goes forth to accomplish wonders. Know that your obedience not only blesses you, but also influences the world around you. Each act of submission to my will becomes a testimony to others who witness your life. They see evidence of my reality and my faithfulness. Rejoice that through your obedience, my name is magnified and hope is transferred to those searching for light. Keep your spirit attuned to my instructions, for I often speak softly, guiding you one step at a time. I bless your faithful obedience. Savor moments of fellowship with other believers, for community is a treasure I designed to support and encourage you. When you gather in my name, my presence dwells among you in a special way, knitting hearts together in unity. Share each other's burdens, celebrate each other's victories, and offer prayers that strengthen weary souls. As you honor my command to love one another, you manifest the family bond that my kingdom represents. Let your relationships be seasoned with grace. Offenses will come, but you have the power to overlook them and choose kindness. Let forgiveness be the default setting of your heart, fostering a safe haven where vulnerability and trust can flourish. Invest in each other's spiritual growth, exchanging insights, testimonies, and wisdom gleaned from my word. Recognize that you are each living stones forming my spiritual house, reflecting my glory when you work in harmony. Do not isolate yourself or believe that independence is a sign of strength. You were created for communion, mirroring the fellowship I enjoy within the Trinity. Accept help when you need it, and extend help when you have the means. Rejoice in differences, knowing that a variety of gifts enhances the body of Christ. In genuine community, my love becomes tangible, a living testament to the world that my goodness reigns. Seek unity, and let my joy fill your gatherings abundantly. I unite you in divine fellowship. Each time you reach a crossroad, remember that I go before you, preparing the way. You are not forced to navigate life's forked paths alone. My Holy Spirit provides direction, nudging you toward the road that leads to my best for you. Listen closely, pay attention to peace or unrest in your spirit, for these are often indicators of my guidance. Seek wise counsel from those who walk uprightly, but do not forsake the direct counsel I offer through prayer and scripture. I see the outcome of each path far beyond what your limited vision can perceive. Trust that I will never lead you astray. Even if the road looks uninviting or challenging, if it is my path, it is ultimately for your good. I specialize in turning hardships into stepping stones, obstacles into breakthroughs. When the mountain seems too steep, remember that my grace is your climbing gear, allowing you to ascend heights you never thought possible. If you choose an alternative path in error, do not fear. My grace is well able to reroute you back onto the highway of destiny. I account for your detours, folding them into my grand design. Learn from any misstep, but refuse to be paralyzed by regret. My mercy is new every morning, always providing a fresh slate. Yield to my guidance, and watch how intricately I weave each twist and turn to form a breathtaking tapestry of redemption and progress. I direct your path at every turn. Always remember that my love for you remains unchanging, unbroken, and unending. Even when you falter or your faith wavers, my devotion stands firm. I do not base my affection on your performance or your emotional state. I am love, the wellspring that overflows ceaselessly. This is the love that sent my Son into the world to reconcile you to me. Let that truth continually minister to your heart, dispelling every lie that claims you are unloved or unworthy. No matter where you go or what you do, you cannot outrun my love. If you ascend to the heights, I am there. If you descend into the depths, my presence remains. My love protects, it pursues, and it perseveres through every circumstance. Let it form the bedrock of your identity, so that insecurities lose their power. Walk with confidence, knowing that you are cherished beyond measure, a child of the King of Kings. When the storms of life seek to erode your peace, anchor yourself in my steadfast love. Grip tightly to my promises that I will never leave nor forsake you. Recall moments when my mercy found you at your lowest, proving that your story is marked by my faithful pursuit. No matter your past or present, my love meets you with open arms. Embrace the glorious reality that you are eternally loved, and let that assurance guide you forward. I remain your unfailing love forever. Blessings upon you, my dear child, and blessings upon your household, for my desire is to see you thrive in body, soul, and spirit. I pour out favor upon your endeavors, your relationships, and your aspirations, that you may stand as a beacon of my grace in a world hungry for hope. Receive this blessing with an open heart, aligning your will with mine, and watch it multiply in every dimension of your life. I promise to walk beside you through every valley, ensuring that your confidence in me never wavers. You are not alone in your pursuits, for my angels encamp around you, guarding you from harm. My peace envelopes your mind, driving out worry and ushering in tranquility. When you are pressed on every side, recall this blessing, a testament that I have spoken goodness over you, and I remain faithful to fulfill it. Step forward in my peace, the calm assurance that your future rests in my hands. With your eyes fixed on my love, let fear dissolve into the certainty that I am for you. Take courage, for your best days are not behind you, but lie ahead, filled with opportunities for growth, service, and joy. Let your soul exult in my presence, allowing praise to rise from the depths of your being. I, the Almighty, endorse your journey with divine favor, marking you for triumph, hope, and abundant life. Look forward with confidence, for the best is yet to come.